Hi, this is Brennan. Uh, so, camera always makes me smile. Forgive me. So what I want to talk about, as usual, is uh, basically connections. Okay, so imagine. Okay, think about the Earth is rare because it's protected from geomagnetic radiation or cosmic radiation from a geomagnetic sort of core. So think about connections, how people are connected or repelled is that same magnetism to connect or to identify that which is repelling with that that sort of framework sort of type of reality. Okay, so that's goes if I climb the stairs or take the elevator or whatever it is, you start your mind's drifting as you're walking around and stuff like that. Hopefully it's not totally overly focused, sort of. But at the same time, that's the geography of magnetism, and it's normal. Humans are normal, right? Okay, so let's see here. Let me just some of the writing I've been doing. Some of the stuff is downright sort of, well, one of them is a song, and the other one is just this sort of poverty and pollution, right? And then this one is just kind of basically trying to read, like to be like a mad dog or anything like that. So this is this song that I'm working on. Sorry, it goes. Pollution is our music, feel the rhythm, but feel it then confuse it. Pollution is our music, gotta move but we confuse it. Culture burning everywhere. Petroleum and pressure, it's a lost adventure. Help us find a world that cares. Oh, whoa, whoa, slow, I peak, see, whoa, beep, beep. So, I don't know, it's kind of, and then it goes on to that sort of, the rap art, humanity, civil solution, technology and illusion, entertainment, retribution, normal execution for the exceptional institution. So see, I mean, that's, what is the exception? When do we sort of see X and sort of, cut that loose so the magnetism is not trapped but connecting? That's, so, one big giant sigh, right? You're thinking like, how did that happen? That's it's the thoughts and the feelings, right? So um, peace is the absence of thought, the bliss of feelings, right? So you say that ignorance is bliss, but really feelings are bliss. I'm not showing it. So feelings, these are like our magnetism, our feelings, right? And our sort of the impossible sort of, because so basically it's about like people who are persons who are enslaved by geography. It's not, so if there's an ocean between you and your freedom, your tradition, then the only thing separating you is virtue. And the same thing that connects you is virtue. So if you're very virtuous, you're classy, right? Then if you're in that new world, you can, through magnetism, find that connection. But if there's a mountain in between you, magnetism is not gonna, that's gonna keep you. Your virtue is then sort of on the polar opposite And so then you are, your virtue repels you, your flight is blocked. So it's not about virtue then. And so this is the equation, okay? This is the big picture. It's like the minima carta, right? That sort of that third degree, that amendment that we can say, there it is, and not even say it, because that's kind of glamorizing, hyping, ambiguating the whole thing. So it's just about this technology, so something that makes the connection and that breaks the chains. So these are the fundamentals. Okay, so this is just really, and it's very difficult to focus to find that right place. But people beyond the Great Divide, that geographic mountain polar opposite on the opposite side, the Great Divide, far side, they learn just to accept their failure, and we don't know what's going to happen, and so therefore it cannot be allowed to exist. It's like toxic radiation, it's, you have to, and then this complete sort of unraveling, right? Sort of, we're just like, we don't know what is in there, what is really, it's just this, like, I'm watching myself on the camera. So it's this fundamental thing, and then it's like opening a doorway, a vacuum. But to get into that sweet spot, you need a vacuum in itself, right? So because ambiguity, it sort of says, oh, that's nothing. That opening is sort of nothing. Forget about it, and that is good to forget about it, but not when it's still there. When it's still there, and what you know can't help you, as long as it doesn't go to your head, because too many thoughts, you're losing your feelings and stuff like that. So having the thoughts translate to feelings, basically transcending that sort of that stuff, that vacuum, that lack of stuff, that lack of feelings, with technology, with our thoughts, technology to push that through. That's just fundamental. And of course, I'm working on this is sociology, right? Logical sort of stuff, but it also I balance it out with technology. So I'm always thinking of architecture, right? What can we buy? What sort of what's the name, the economic name? What can So we're always caught in those bubbles of thinking, oh, it's some product that we need, and ignoring the fact that people go into the frontier, and whether left or right, they need sort of just need a reality check. Otherwise, you could be sinking, you could be rising up overly, the sinkhole is just as bad as the tower, the leaning tower of power, those products, that engineering is both physical and philosophical. And so having this system I call net. But okay, so on the technology end, vehicles are fascinating, like architecture. It's all about comfort, their privacy, harmony, love your neighbor, worship wherever it is, as long as it's true, and it's not a dissonant sort of cop-out.
on the sociology, it's like these loose threads, and they don't know where they're going. No one, you cannot navigate safely by yourself.
You know, it's just, it's frugal. It's like fruitless um, to expect these loose threads to find their own way. And if we know about it, we start going crazy. We start thinking, oh well, I have this case, or this person says they're happy and they match one of your criteria, but it's like this like a matrix, right? You have a fabric. It's a bunch of matrix. We're all threads, but we're also our own sort of our knot that holds us from and with. Okay, so magnetism or the repulsion. And so recognizing the energy in that repulsion without just aimless propulsion, so the vehicle of the future, it all comes together as this, this unified social theory. Try to get slow on the camera, but it's these scales, right? And so each scale has like bounce to it, so it catches, and yet it offers something up. So we have the X, we have the Y, the basic geometric general equation of normalcy and general happiness, or general happiness through normalcy. It's like a vortex, right? So at the top is that vortex, that holy grail, dare I say, that's without taking stuff seriously, without having to be too serious. It's so these are these priceless sort of navigational tools that are elements. The tools to move them can't be confused with as toys or political favors, or you can't confuse that, because it's purely social ecology, harmony, they are going in together like this vortex. That they're throwing these elements up, and they're like unifying that social theory. And it's very fundamental. It's very difficult to explain. But we can see it. It's like the third amendment, right? We see it, we send it, and then enjoy it. Okay, but you can't think about it as someone just blabbering, rambling, as the only amendment that there is. Okay, so it's like a big giant sigh. We got to have a system that does these cosmic sort of elements, these threads that put it all together, and then the vehicle. It's different, but it's the same. So it has the philosophy within that vacuum, so that nothingness, that space is reflective of the mobility, and yet the virtue. So harnessing virtue and stuff. That's really kind of it. That's just I'm always around them. I have pain, and there's no hope involved. It's like, okay, so that's good, I guess. That is the thing. Just seeing someone's face, and not seeing their history. Not seeing, we cannot see history. We cannot, even if someone says it, there's no guarantee that, you know, fiction is fantastic, you know, it's this fantasy world. You say something that says, oh goody, and people are like, yeah, you say something negative, and people are like, yeah, that's going to stay negative type of mental reality.
That we don't realize that, you know, the Great Divide is this giant element. It's like a, what's that, the converter or whatever, you know, the oxygen on one side and the hydrogen is on the other side. And that Great Divide is that plate. And it's about having the efficiency, not so much the
product. Okay, because the product hits our mind, and we start thinking, oh, well, I've got the product. I don't need, you know, now all I have to do is maintain whatever edge you have over that Great Divide, whether which side you're from, and how you normatively
magnetically attract or repel. You know, so if you're repelling, you're like, and you're on the wrong side, you don't have that ocean to slide across, then you are in limbo. And these people are,
you know, their actions are unpredictable. Okay, but their potential is quite predictable within times,
sort of the age of the person. You can really quantify that down. And the more information you have, the more sort of
nothingness you have. So you fill the place with nothingness rather than
creating the vacuum with something.
Okay, so I'm trying to do that. I know I can do it. But just knowing, and the feelings are different. Okay, so my feelings are like, you're just thinking, oh, we'll just watch the news and see what they think, you know, what that person takes out of that. But the actual structure, actually setting up those vacuum pumps, very simple things, you know. Water pumps have been around for thousands of years. People move water, you know, not just a container like a jug, but a lever to lift the water, you know, and doing it with minimum energy, and yet recognizing the virtue. You know, is that pollution? Is that fertilizer? You know, is it going from one container to another container, being liberated in the bigger container, being transported in the small container? Is it functional in there? Is it? So that's the big sort of thing, stuff, whatever. And it's like I said. I mean, it's like you're laughing one minute, or you're crying one minute, you're laughing the next. It's not a human job, it's a technological job. And all we have are the eyes, the feelings, the mind, you know, the thoughts, the feelings.
And we simply need that lever in there
to balance them out, okay? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! It's exciting, right? But it's the feelings have to be, they have to be placed, okay? Otherwise, we're going to develop the wrong feelings, and we're, you know, such, you know, whoa, you know, revelation, whoa, hello. So, give me the job, and I'll do it. Oh yes. Stop